Hello everyone. Haven't posted a video. I think in about a week I should start my stopwatch. Whoops. Oop. Just so I can look down at my watch and see how long I've been yapping. Well, this video, for the people that don't know my history, I have Lyme disease. I have leaky gut. Leaky gut is where the digestive system is messed up and there's damage to the digestive lining, and certain foods make you feel really tired because they don't get broken down properly before getting into your bloodstream. So I have Lyme disease, diagnosed 2013, June of 2013. My tick bite was in the early 80s, between 82 and 84. So I went about 30 years between tick bite and diagnosis. But what I have noticed this year in 2019 is that, well, I started having trouble with losing strength in my legs. I think it was either February of 2017 or February of 2018. I can't remember. And I figured out I think it's Vita Coco brand coconut water. There's one that's pineapple flavor. And if I drink that one, I start losing strength in my legs. And I don't know, it might be some chemical or preservative. I'm not trying to take a jab at the Vita Coco company. I believe they're owned by either Coca-Cola or Pepsi. But the other flavors, the plain one I can drink, and then there's there's one with pulp in it. I can drink if I filter out the pulp, because I can't handle a lot of fat anymore. But one thing I've noticed this year is I'm 53 years old now. I'm finding it crucial that I consume meat protein for my brain function, for strength in my arms and my shoulders, and strength in my legs. I notice if I go 2 days without having any meat protein, then my brain function declines, and then my legs get a little bit weaker. And an even worse combination is if I'm not getting enough meat protein, and then I start eating foods that are on my list of food intolerances from the leaky gut. So like these, I love eating these. These are really good. They're tasty. I think it's the potato ingredient that's in these that I have trouble with. I know I have trouble with potatoes. I have to eat gluten-free. These are gluten-free. These have peanut butter in them. I can handle these. These aren't too bad. These can really knock me out. These, I love eating these. I found these at Walmart. And there must be other people at my local Walmart. My local Walmart is a super center. Sorry, my cat is interrupting me. It's a super center, and they have a gluten-free section in one aisle, in aisle 15. And I think a couple months ago, they got a bunch of these in. I think 8 or 10 bags, and I bought 6 or 8 bags, and I bought every one on the shelf. Well, there's some stuff in these that I have food intolerances too. I love eating these. These have sugar. I really shouldn't have sugar. These do not have dairy in them. These are very good. It's a higher fat content. I was eating 2 to 3 bags of these a week. There's a Walgreens close to the restaurant I work at, and so I'd be buying these. They wouldn't always have them in stock, but I've had to back off on my fat intake. And then there are these. These are also in the gluten-free aisle at my local Walmart, but these don't have anything. Darn, I should grab my glasses. Sorry, my cat is interrupting me. I have 2 cats. 2 lovely cats. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. I gotta sit there. This cat you've seen in the video here, she's somewhere between like 20 and 25 years old. She's a beautiful, very sweet cat. Just immensely sweet personality. Okay, put glasses on so I can read the ingredients. Organic coconut, organic agave syrup, organic almond flour. Okay, almond flour. Okay, I could have trouble with that. I have trouble with almonds. Organic coconut oil, organic vanilla extract, organic vanilla bean powder, Himalayan salt. I like these, but these are, of course, a higher fat content. I might have 1 or 2 bags of these a week. But so a bad combination for me. Well, there's actually about 40. A lot of like berries, dairy, wheat. I can't touch wheat. I don't even want a dusting of wheat, or I get tired. My memory is weaker. Dairy does the same thing, not as bad. I've basically been off of wheat 6.5 years since my Lyme diagnosis in the summer of 2013. But I just love eating these. These are really tasty. They have a couple different flavors, but these are really tasty. Oh boy, if they didn't give me problems, I'd be eating these every day. They have turmeric in them. Darn, where's my little flashlight? Okay. Lentil chip, lentil flour, potato starch, salt, turmeric. Turmeric's good for you. Canola oil, paprika, safflower and or sunflower oil, seasoning, rice flour, salt, onion. I have trouble with onions. Onion powder, natural flavors, dehydrated parsley, garlic powder, yeast extract, spices, lactic acid, rosemary extract. So, lactic acid, is that a dairy? I don't know. Anyway, if I eat enough of this before I go to bed, I won't sleep well because, it has turmeric in it, which is a stimulant. But so, yep, a really bad combination for me is eating the foods that I have intolerances to every day or every other day, and not having enough meat protein. Like the best thing I can eat is like a good ground beef. But since I started getting pains, when did I start getting pains? I think it was summer of 2018. If I would eat a ground beef burger, about 20 to 30 minutes after eating it, I'd get this light pain tension right down in here, and it would last I don't know, a half hour or an hour, then it would go away. And so yeah, I think it was yeah, about summer 2018. I completely cut off all dairy. And then when I had a flare up of my Lyme disease, had a flare up right about the 1st of April 2019. It's December, I think it's December 18th of 2019. And so when that flare up hit me, I cut off all sugar, because when I have a flare up of Lyme, I get more inflammation in my arms and the rest of my body, and when I get that inflammation, if I have any sugar, I start losing strength in my arms, getting pain in my arms. Actually, even without sugar in my diet, starting April, May, June, I probably lost about a third of the strength in my arms compared to February and March. February of 2019, I was on azithromycin for about 3.5 weeks, and I felt pretty good. I got some more work done in my storage. In the pole barns I have stuff in, and then I felt pretty good through much of March, and then April, bam, a flare up. And April, yeah, pretty much April, May, June, April especially, almost every day I felt like I had ran a marathon the day before. I felt like I had ran like 20 miles. Just absolutely wiped out. And then I had a little boost. I started drinking my another coconut water in July that is sweetened with stevia. Here, I'll be right back. I'll get it in the fridge is like 12 feet from me. I'll get a bottle. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that little delay. Well, I had a bunch of these in my fridge, left over from I think it was March. My other cat, she's climbing out of a trash can. She just wanders everywhere. So July, I started drinking these again, and these are sweetened with stevia. Well, stevia is a natural antibiotic. Some people with Lyme disease have used stevia as a Lyme to fight off their Lyme or to keep it at bay. So I felt better for a little bit in July, and then went down a little bit, and then I got my prescription for azithromycin. I think I saw my doctor August 8th. I think I got my first pills the middle of August. And I started doing a lot more work in my storage. This, oh boy, this is really tasty. This is the best tasting coconut water I have found that is not flavored. And oh wow, I got this at Walmart too, my local super center Walmart. Oh, I forgot to show these. These are in the gluten-free aisle. They have potatoes in them. So So I used to eat these a lot more. I haven't had any of these for, I don't know, maybe a month. I've been on my cell phone too much, and I'm experiencing a little bit of aching in the top of my neck. Well, I was rear-ended in a car accident in May of 2018 where my 2009 Ranger was totaled. The frame is still straight. I'm going to fix it up and sell it, and then I'm going to pay off the loan on my newest Ranger, and then start paying down credit cards. That's my goal. My days off from my job are Tuesday and Wednesday, and I'm getting a lot more done since I'm on the azithromycin. But I think it was maybe October, or maybe it was September. I started seeing videos on YouTube from financial video channels talking about the banking system, and the United States is acting goofy again, just similar to what was happening to the banking system in the United States in 2008. And there's people saying there's a crash coming. Well, I don't know much about finance and all that. I hope it's not going to happen, but the economy goes up and down and up and down, and the last one that happened 2008 into 2009, that was a big one. That one, there was people that well, there's a couple that comes into the bar that's next to the restaurant I work at, and they lost everything. They literally lost everything. I think they had to sell their car to pay off their last debts, and they were using a friend of theirs, let them drive, or borrowed them a vehicle until they were able to get on their feet again. And the guy is he's just I think maybe a year or two younger than me. Hard-working guy, nice guy, good-looking couple. But I get about 9,000 in credit cards, and then I have about a year and a half left, maybe about 20 months, 19, 20 months of payments left on my newest Ranger. And I want to get if we're going to have an economic downturn again, I want to get ahead of this. And I'm feeling a lot of stress. When I wake up on Tuesday mornings, I get this nausea. I get this really bad nausea. And what you want to take for nausea is some ginger. And it might take a half hour or an hour to help, but it usually helps with nausea. But ginger is a stimulant, so if you want to sleep well, you don't want to be taking a lot of this before going to bed. I should add that I'm not a doctor. I am not trained in natural medicine. I'm just buoyed, and I have Lyme disease, and I'm just saying from my experiences, and I'm talking from my experience. I'm not trained in medicine or anything, so if there's any ideas you got from things I've said in my video, please seek wise guidance from people that are trained in medicine and treating Lyme and food intolerances. But yep, my YouTube channel is still up. There was lots of conflicting information out there about these changes on YouTube, and they're going to get rid of a bunch of video channels, and there's fines from the FTC. Well, fines from the FTC for speech. I think that's freedom of speech. I think if I got a fine in the mail, I'd be calling them, and I'd be calling TV stations saying this is ridiculous. They're fining me for speech. You know, I out of what, 300, almost 330 videos, I think I might have sworn in a few of them. I try to avoid swearing. There was a video I recorded about a year and a half ago, or maybe was it 2.5 years ago, where I got pretty emphatic and I swore in it several times, and I thought, that's not classy, so I erased the video within a few days of putting it up. I just thought, that's not classy at all to swear. And I don't really get into any adult-themed anything in my videos, you know, nothing R-rated. But I'm sure there are people that follow my channel that are religious, and I'm just asking for prayers. I'm under a lot of stress, and there's so much work I want to do before I run out of the azithromycin, because I'm fearing, you know, I have just got a bottle about 2 weeks ago. I think because my doctor wrote me a prescription basically for 3 bottles of it, which is I think about 8 months worth. And I'm fearing that you know, Lyme disease is smart, and it likes to take a jab at you if you try and kill it off. And I'm fearing that I'll have a strong flare-up from the Lyme disease once I've been off of it for a month. And I'm hoping that I can still work when that happens. But I mean, April of 2019, oh boy, I was knocked out. My doctor did write me a prescription for disulfiram. For people that are on the forums on Facebook and elsewhere, disulfiram is an old drug that was created, I don't know, in the 40s or 50s or 60s. It was created to make alcoholics get sick when they come anywhere near alcohol, to try and help them quit drinking alcoholic beverages. Well, there was a research study that happened, I don't know, 2 years ago or something, that found that this old drug treats Lyme disease. It might also treat cancer. It might also treat AIDS. But to the best of my knowledge, I don't have cancer. Well, I've never had a single test for cancer. I'm on a high vitamin D supplement, which will help keep cancer at bay. I'm not saying that it will prevent it ever from happening in my body, but now I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I really could use prayers. And for the people that have watched a lot of my videos, there were, if you've seen enough of my videos, there was a gal that in 2016, well, I met her at my job in 2006. We worked together for about a year, and then March of 2007, she moved back out to Montana. I'm in Minnesota, and she lived with her parents, and a really nice gal. She's had a very hard life. She lives with a health problem that is very, very, very hard to live with. And I fell in love with her when she worked with me at the job at the restaurant, and I knew I liked her a lot. I just didn't figure it out until she came to visit me one Sunday night in November of 2011. And we talked as I did my sweeping and mopping. And then when she left, I cried for a half hour. And then I found her, I think, on Facebook in 2013. She was in a relationship that broke up in 2015. And then I think it was about the 1st of November 2015. Well, something happened in the fall of 2015 which she should have died. I'm not going to go into details of what happened, but she should have died. But from what happened, there had to have been angels that caught her. They caught her and prevented her from getting seriously injured or killed. And then, December 9th, 2015, her mom, she got out of the hospital, and her mom bought her a flip phone, and her and I started texting, and we texted every day for a year. And I think it was April of 2016 she started texting, "I love you." And then I don't know if it was June or July. I know she had told me about she had been using a dating app and dating various guys near where she lives. And then, I don't know, June or July 2016, she met a guy that she started dating. And she didn't tell me about that guy. And through all this time, her and I started talking about either me moving to Montana so her and I could date, or her moving back to Minnesota so we could date. And then she waited until middle of December 2016 to tell me. She said in a text, "I've been afraid to tell you this, Boyd, but I've been dating a local guy here for several months and it's getting very serious." And then 3 weeks after that, she stopped talking to me. And I love this young woman like nobody else on earth. Just love her very much. And I was ready. I have a lot of stuff. I own too much stuff. I was ready to sell almost everything I own so I could move to Montana and date her. I love her very, very, very much. I had hoped to marry her. And then she just, bam, just January 3rd, 2017, she sent her last text message to me. And kind of like getting hit by a bus. And, I wanted to live the rest of my life with her. I was ready to put a lot of effort into being a loving husband to her, to helping her with her problems. And almost 3 years later, and I still cry. I still cry about this. And well, I've been talking for 29 minutes now. But anyway, you got to be careful when you fall in love with someone, because it really can mess with your head. Really mess with your head and your mind if they find someone else to have a relationship with. But with her, it was in that was 2016. I was 49. I turned 50 in December of 2016. So that was my first what looked to me like my first real chance for something that could turn into a marriage. And then, bam, it just came to a very, very abrupt end. And yeah, I think it was about June or July of 2017. About 5-6 months after that, after she stopped talking to me, my health just took a dive, and I was just so tired and wiped out. And then when I started taking turmeric and curcumin vitamin pills, that brought me back to life. But yeah, I've been on the farmersonly.com website. I can see pictures, but I haven't bought a subscription to the site. Because if you want to exchange messages with people on this, with women on the site, since I'm a guy, you have to actually pay for a subscription. And I've in the last year, I've gotten a bunch of messages, but I can't read them until I buy a subscription. And money has been tight, and yeah, money has been tight, and I don't know. Yeah, I've been feeling nausea almost all of Tuesday. I woke up late, and then I sat on my phone about an hour ago, and I just started looking through pictures. I think I probably was looking through pictures of different women in the Midwest for about 20-30 minutes, and nausea started to decrease. And I thought, wow, that's interesting, but I really should be taking Tuesdays off just to have a physical and mental break. But I feel like I have so much work to do that I can't take a day off. But I'm wondering, okay, if I do really take a day off, say Tuesday, am I going to be feeling enough better to have a higher level of productivity the other 6 days of the week? I don't know, maybe I would, but I don't know. Right now I'm just trying to focus on, if you've seen my other videos, I've been trying to focus on working in my storage. I think it was, 2 weeks, is it? No, almost 3 weeks ago, I hauled in 2 loads of scrap metal from my storage, from various riding mower frames and miscellaneous and this and that, and got rid of it. That's progress. Great progress. I bought a snowblower attachment for my garden tractor. The guy was just like 5 miles from where I live. Found it on eBay. And I have another attachment that's bigger, that's a 2-stage, but it's such a heavy attachment. I have great difficulty moving it around. But anyway, well, the more important stuff of my video was at the beginning of the video, and I just kind of rambled on. So, but anyway, yes, I'm just asking for prayers from the religious people that watch my videos. I hope we're not headed for another economic crash. There's the economy's been pretty good with the tax changes with Trump, and but there's different numbers that have gone down and stuff. Ooh, please excuse me for yawning. All right, well, I've rambled on long enough. Thanks for watching my videos. See ya. Bye.